Welcome to Football Manager 2017 and my Wigan game in 2034. Apparently my next match is at home to Portsmouth, who are one of the teams that got promoted from League One at the same time I did, although they went up via automatic promotion and I only achieved it via the playoffs. They're currently doing quite well, being in 14th, which is higher than they were expected to be. And I'm not on a great run. 2 losses, 2 wins, 2 draws. So my form is a bit fragile. I apparently have lost both my wingbacks to suspension at the same time, which means that normally the wonderful Mr. Riley, oops, got that wrong, who normally plays at the very centre of my defence, is going to have to play right wing back, and Di Thomas is going to go play in the centre of defence. Mr. Riley can go play at right wing back, and Wilson can go play where he was hired to play at left wing back. Chamberlain is still out injured, and Luke Price is out for a few weeks, also injured. So the disappearing people are starting to mount up. So Craig Vincent and Ian Barkley can go on the bench, and it's a choice between Ricardo Wilson and Charles Wall pretty much for the last spot. And it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other, so I'll go with Charles Wall as he knows the formation a bit better. Beyond that, well, I say beyond that, there are no changes, but those are the changes and they're quite significant from the last match, but hopefully it'll be an easier opponent than Fulham were in the last match, so maybe I can deal with the lack of talent I've now got in various slots, because if there's one side I would hope that I was capable of matching in this division, it'd be two sides, Portsmouth and Chesterfield, the 2 teams that came up at the same time I did. What have I got a choice of by things to say? Right, let's be aggressive. I am at home, of course, which also tends to be helpful. So we'll see how well this goes. And I'm just trying to think, is the ball normally yellow? Seems odd that the ball has suddenly got to be this yellow, or maybe it's just the lighting. Yeah, that's definitely a yellow ball. Normally it's white, I'm sure it's normally white. Proves how much attention I tend to pay to these things. That's a good ball through for Turner to chase if he can. Yeah, once again, Turner lets me down with his shooting. As I think I mentioned in the last match or two, he was the one player I actually looked at and thought, if anybody's going to have a breakout year, it's going to be him. And it's not working out for him. He's playing well, but he's not as dominant or as great as I thought he was most likely to be. And his shooting really has been less than positive. So he may actually move to one of the wider attacking slots, and Slaughter or Wedderburn may actually move into the centre. I'm thinking Slaughter, as Slaughter tends to be the better shot, even though he's a bit slower. Although that's something I might have to check out in a bit more detail. Thomas is doing well with the headers. Oh, OB. You couldn't have nodded that down to one of your own players? That was disappointing. That's a good cross, and that should have been a goal with the way the goalkeeper came out and failed to collect it. Good ball to Riley. And Turner actually did something right. And that's my problem with Turner. He does just enough right to make him to stay off my bad side, but he does enough wrong that I'm frequently thinking about something to do with him. So he's kind of on the, what the Americans use the term, on the bubble, but he's on the cusp of being moved around due to his lack of progress, but he's still there just enough to make me not want to do that. Okay, I'm being refereed by somebody called with the name Steve Martin. I'm just wondering which reference I can make as a joke. But I probably won't make any because I can't think of a good Steve Martin reference off the top of my head. I did like the Three Amigos, Roxanne, and there was a whole bunch of Steve Martin films that I liked at one point or another. The Jerk. Yes, there were a lot more that I liked at the time, but I can't think of them off the top of my head because I haven't thought about Steve Martin for quite some time. Admittedly, this referee is Stephen Martin with a PH, but what was the one we did with John Candy in Planes, Trains and Automobiles? That was a very good Steve Martin film. Oh, good ball to Heaton, who blasted it well wide. Once again, Wilson comes charging out of his goal and fails to get anywhere near the ball. That's an action of his that's starting to concern me. Nice tackle, Obi. Saved Wedderburn from looking like an idiot there. That was a good attempt at a through ball. Didn't quite come off, I know. Straith, one of you guys want to get out of the way of the other one? You can do now. Once again, you get nicely followed up, Heaton. Even I was actually impressed by your follow up then. Slaughter on side. Oh, nice shot by Wilson. It was actually good play. And immediately none of my players go and chase the ball. That's always nice and inspiring when you're trying to manage a side and you look and think, why are 3 of their players chasing the ball and none of mine? And apparently Fulham are beating Middlesbrough 1-0 as well, which means that I can't afford to drop points, otherwise Fulham will catch me. Oh, come off it, ref, he didn't do anything particularly bad there. I think there's a bit of an overreaction for what was a pretty innocuous foul. Oh, well done, Wilson. You actually claimed it this time when you came out. Good ball, Turner. Oh, what a great goal. I thought he was going to aim for the near post there. Killed his foot around that beautifully. When he took it wide, I thought he's got to aim for the near post, but no. Completely fooled me and the goalkeeper. Yes, I think Mr. Turner has managed to do enough now that he's got onto my bad side. Too many missed opportunities over too many matches. Not saying that anybody else will be necessarily a vast improvement. Nah, that did look a bit like a free kick, ref. Considering you gave Wilson a yellow card, but something that looked far less brutal than that. And I don't even get a sniff of a foul when my player gets hacked down at waist level in the penalty area. Well, I'd safely say it's a dominant performance. Heaton can come off and Brewster can go on. The rest can stay on. Turner, you swap positions with Slaughter. Keep it going. Depending how much Slaughter upsets me, I may put Wedderburn in the centre of the three attackers. But Wedderburn seems to do quite well where he is. Whereas I'm hoping that Slaughter can add something by moving to the centre, like the ability to shoot on target. Okay, I think this referee's lost his mind. Booking Wilson was bad enough, but sending one of their players off for that? Yep, Stephen Martin has lost control of this game. He's now just going card happy. Oh, unlucky, Riley. Kind of amazed the ball landed at your feet, as I suppose you might well have been. But it was actually a good shot. Better than I was expecting from what is normally a central defender. Seriously, another yellow card? Yep, the ref has lost control. It's been a couple of minutes, ref. A couple of minutes. Do you want to give another yellow card to somebody? It's about time. Oh, off the post now. I have little doubt that I will continue to dominate and win this game with them down to 10 men, considering how well I was doing before they were down to 10 men. But it's just a matter of will I get that elusive third goal or not. Oh, he went past my defence like they weren't there. Until Obi came back and covered rather effectively. Oh, nice ball to Riley. Again, not a man I expect to go charging forward and shoot. and that's why. Oh, here we go. Here comes another yellow card to me this time. Nice ball over the top, just a bit too far. At least I could see what his intent was there. There we go, I think everybody in the ground could see what his intent was. The execution was pretty awful. Turner, what are you doing? Glad you won that ball back. Otherwise I would have been a tad upset with you. Riley, why didn't you cross that? Pull it back, and there were two guys waiting for that ball. I know, you don't normally play there. Now and Southampton are winning, so they're back up in first. Oh, okay, the goalkeeper claimed that. With his green kit on a green background, I didn't see him stealthily move through the pack to actually get to that ball. And of course, the fact you're my corner taker, Turner, is also not endearing you to me. Oh, another yellow card. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 if you include the 2 yellow cards that somebody got. 10 yellow cards in a game that hasn't been particularly vicious or nasty. 11 yellow cards. Seems a little excessive. Oh, okay, he didn't give a yellow card for that one. Yellow cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 in the second half. Yes. 13 yellow. Oh no, that didn't actually give me a yellow card for that one. It seems to be a game of yellow cards, this one, with the occasional bit of football somewhere in the middle. Yep, 13 yellow cards now. Well, you kept the ball, Riley, but a quick ball over the top would have done wonders there. Well, a satisfactory win by my guys. However, the referee just completely and utterly lost control of that one. Stephen Martin didn't have the best game of his career. You think? Referee rating of 3.0. Yeah. That was just going card mad. Well, after 15 games, you can certainly see that Crawley looked like a pretty good candidate for relegation this year, and Southampton looked like a pretty good candidate for promotion. But it's only a third of the season so far, so we will see what we will see. Oh yes, another player I'm monitoring, Mr. Fallon. I can't afford to bring him in, but Ipswich down in League One sacked their manager, and one of either Riley or James came from Ipswich at the beginning of the season, so I was investigating their better players. And James is apparently jaded as still. I'm back on another unbeaten run. Well, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed watching the yellow card fest from the glories of Stephen Martin, one of the worst referees I've seen so far. And hopefully I will see you down the road.